Hey world. So today, let's see. Today was a great day actually. Today was a pretty damn amazing day. Um I was so clear most of it. I'm really clear today. I'm very excited about what's in front of me right now. Doesn't mean everything's going to be perfect. Doesn't mean everything's going to be the way I want it. But it means that I'm accepting of it and I'm allowing it, whatever it is. At some point, I just started accepting things, right? No matter what they are. Some things are tougher than others, some things are easier than others. There is no right way to accept things, right? You have to do it your own way. You have to do it whatever works for you best. You have to be able to accept it for what it is and just allow it, right? I mean, I danced with the kids today. The kids did, the older two did their schoolwork, had a last minute appointment come up first thing this morning, um, helped a couple people through amazing meditations, did some great spiritual work today, just like amazing. Like today was just a day of just great things, right? I know they're not all like this. I know that they're not all going to be like this, and I know that I'm not going to bed yet, so something might come up. But a lot of it is perspective, right? It's not somebody who I care deeply about. It's not as much about the day as a whole, because after a while, the days just add up next to each other. It's about the moments within the day. If you can grab a moment or two each day that means so much to you that they alter your whole thought process for the day, then you're already winning, right? You're already doing great. It really is amazing because when you focus on those moments, the rest of the day isn't as important. I'm not missing LinkedIn that much actually. I don't feel obligated to be on it. I don't feel pressured to comment and respond and be so engaged, right? And just keep giving out little pieces of me right now. My focus right now has to be on me, my kids, and those I care deeply for. My focus has to be on being my best self each day. And I think in some way right now that involves disconnecting quite a bit. Um, it's not that I'm doing anything wrong on social, and it's not that social is impacting me in wrong ways. But I do notice that when I'm on, let's say, LinkedIn, I feel compelled to comment or post. And sometimes I'm not as inspired as I am others, right? Sometimes I just want to not say anything. And I feel guilty doing that. Now, I don't think that's the social media problem. That's a me problem, right? That's has nothing to do with social media. That's 100% me and how I'm handling it, right? And looking for that outside, whatever it is, outside approval, validation, whatever it might be. At the end of the day, I need to validate myself. I need to approve of myself. I need to go deep within and find my centered focus. And right now, that means disappearing from social for the most part. Now, these I'm going to do as many nights as I can. Something comes up, I won't. It's just life, right? I have three kids. It's me by myself. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Um, and that's fine, right? I mean, I made this, I'm doing this for a reason. I'm doing this because I want to see my own growth over time. And then I also want to be able to reach others that people can't always reach because I relate to people differently than others do. And there's something to that, right? Like, I'm not as excitable as I used to be. I'm not as extreme as I used to be. I'm not jumping all over the place. I'm not just trying to um, please others. I'm at a point now where I want to share my opinions when I do, and I don't want to share them when I don't. And I don't know when I'm going to go back to LinkedIn. I know I will, right? Because I love LinkedIn. I love the community that I've built. I love what I've created there, the network, the LinkedIn family, as they call it. But it's not what makes me who I am, right? And I started defining myself by it. And I started overthinking everything that I do on it. And it just became such a drain. And it wasn't it was just me, right? As I'm going through these changes, I don't have to always be present for everyone else. But what I do have to do is be present for myself. And that's so important right now because when I'm present for myself, I'm there for those that I'm close to. I'm there for those that mean so much to me. And I'm much happier. Now, it doesn't always make sense. And I know that sometimes, I make rash decisions. Sometimes I want to over explain, but I'm trying not to do that as much anymore. I'm trying to explain when the time is right to explain. I'm trying not to explain when the time's not right to explain. I'm really just being my best self, right? And I think as these days go by and as these changes continue and as I continue to work on myself and make these changes, it really it's starting to make more sense to me. My clarity's getting better. My dependence on outside things is getting better. And I just want to be, right? I just want to be. And I'm getting very happy with just being. Like even Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, which I was off, right? Like Friday I was really down. It was okay. I'm okay with that. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to be overwhelmed. It's okay to have a couple bad days, right? Like I give and I give and I give, and sometimes I just hit that wall. So maybe I just need that break, or maybe I just learn my limits and I give a little less. I don't know. I guess time will prove that out one way or the other. I like going all in. I like being, you know, 100% present to those that are present for me. I like being that person for people and respecting people and loving those that love me. And I find myself these days being able to give more of myself to those closest to me because I don't have that outside drain. I don't have that outside negativity. And over time, it's lessening. It's my compulsion, my addictions, because remember, I mean, I'm an addict, right? Like on some capacity, I'm still an addict. I've been sober for over 14 years, but at the end of the day, those tendencies are still there because I channeled it into work and I channeled it into many things, right? So, as I've discussed many times, just because I left drugs and alcohol on the table and walked away from that didn't mean that I didn't change it into something else. And now that I'm doing the deep emotional work and I'm doing the deep spiritual work, I don't feel as addicted to many things as I used to. I don't get compulsions and obsessive and crazy over things, right? Like there's things that would normally lead to me obsessing, and I'm not obsessing as much. I'm okay with just letting things be. And it really is a freeing feeling. It's magical, right? Like not having that pull or that tug on me. And I like the fact that I'm more present for myself and my kids. Like it's so different. My kids are changing, and as I'm changing, they're changing. I'm leading by example with them, and it's just amazing to watch and feel. As my son's gone through all his trauma and everything that he's gone through, he has a lot of emotional baggage and he's a lot of emotional pain. At the end of the day, he's now starting to, one, trust me, two, show love and learn healthier ways to do things. And that's a beautiful thing. It, it it's it's magical, right? I'm gonna keep using that word. I think that's my word of the night. Um, but there's something to be said for accepting and allowing and then releasing, right? It's such a major thing, these three little words. And there's many different programs, right? There's many different ways. And Sherry Lewis, I learned a ton from. And in simplified form, that's really a lot of what she does, right? Her step by step is amazing. And it's helped me so much. And I will give her tons of credit for that, um, as well as the person that introduced me to her. Even though at the time it was under different pretense, but it was truly out of caring in a way, and in all ways, but it was just different. Um, my life has changed forever, and I'm not going back to the way I was. I have no interest. I like who I'm becoming. I don't have to get everything doesn't have to go my way, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay being uncomfortable today. I'm okay finding comfort in uncomfort. I'm okay just being and sitting still and allowing when I don't think I've ever been able to do that before. I've just never been able to. And at this point, it's just amazing. It really is. I've spent so much of my life fighting everything and wanting to be the outsider and finding ways to be the outsider. That going with the flow of things is so much nicer. Being part of a universal shift and going with the flow of it and not getting nuts over it is amazing, right? I'm just happy today. I really am. Like it's been an amazing day all around. And who knows, right? Who knows how the night's gonna end? Who knows, what could happen between now and then? Who knows what could happen first thing in the morning? But the reality is I'm a different person. I'm gonna react differently. And I'm happy that I was my best self today. I'm happy that I've been my best self. I'm happy that I've put good out there and put good into the universe and into people that I care about. And in some ways, I've brought happiness to them and peace to them. And that's a great feeling, right? To be able to do that for somebody and show them that and bring them that while also finding it for myself. My mind's not as spastic as it was. It's not as, I don't want to say fast because it's still fast, but I think the difference is I can grab it now and I used to say that, you know, when I type, right, my fingers were never as fast as my brain. I think that's shifting a little. I not that my fingers are faster and my brain is slowed down, but the thoughts are clearer. This process is amazing, and I don't regret any of it. I don't regret at all doing it all at once and taking it all on and being overwhelmed for those days, right? Because it's worth it to me. It's getting the results is worth it to me. Getting to the point where I feel like this is worth it to me, you know, getting to the point where I feel happiness for others in a truer sense, in a purer sense is amazing, right? And I can say without any judgment or any expectations that I am just happy. I have hopes, I have wants, obviously, but it's not predicated on anything. I just want to be happy and I just want to be in the process of finding my truest self. And that daily journey doesn't end until we die, right? Whenever that is, whether I'm 50 or 150, it doesn't end until that day. And I'm doing everything in my power to make it as long as possible, right? So it really, I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. It's just amazing. And I appreciate everyone who watches this, and I appreciate everybody following me on my journey. And I look forward to what comes next. I hope everybody has an amazing night. And if you need anything, please reach out. All right.